We're gonna make it count every time. We're gonna make that money multiply. This is the beginning stages of the chart. All of this is just a concept. This is the concept vehicle, right? You see, we got a space with it. We in that financial lounge. But realistically, this is how it all started.
Find willpower. Turn your six-figure into seven. Wealth from the inside out. Evolving, adapting, eternal.
If you black, Dominican, or from the Caribbean, or you just broken brilliant, let me talk to you real quick. We've been robbed in slow motion for centuries. They always telling us we gotta trust the system. And shame on y'all who's still stuck in the system. Like there's no way out. That's a cap. We already know that there's mad ways out of it. We ain't gotta stay stuck. You're supposed to use it to your advantage and keep it pushing. Let's talk about July and how the first black bank, they always try to make us fold. And unfortunately, that bank folded with $3 million in it. $3 million in it. Hard-earned money that people saved in their bank accounts. $3 million gone. But we gonna get into all of that. What we gonna do is revamp everything we know about history and use it to our advantage. How? We're gonna alchemize this shit. Let them fuck it up so we can make it better. Real talk. While your grandma was telling you to save your money up in that Café Bustelo coffee can, you know what I'm saying? Your grandfather was telling you, mira muchacho, el dinero escóndelo bajo el matre, escóndelo bajo el matre, que no te lo encuentren. You know what I'm saying? Cut that little hole in the mattress and hide that money. We got a real financial plan that's really gonna elevate us. You feel me? Like we're not playing no more games. We ain't on that type of time. Like we elevated, you know what I'm saying? From the inside out. To create wealth, it starts from the inside out. I don't care what nobody told you. I don't care what institution you went to. However you want to put it, wealth starts from the inside out. You could have all the money in the world. You could still be nobody. You feel me? So let's make it count. We're going to make it count every time. We're going to make that money multiply. This is the beginning stages of the chart. All of this is just a concept. This is the concept vehicle, right? You see, we got a space with it. We in that financial lounge. But realistically, this is how it all started. This how it all started right here. This bad boy right here started the whole idea behind this challenge. Shout out to Tiffany G, you know what I'm saying, for crafting this little box right here. Everybody, if you don't know, now you know. It's a little savings tool for anybody who has a hard time saving money. Shout out to wifey's sister. She gave me this as a gift. And this actually the first time I'm opening it. Real talk. I've never opened it because I just thought it's so cool. It should be sitting somewhere. Just I'm gonna fill it up with cash, but I'm gonna leave it up for display once I do that. But obviously, this financial chart, our 0 to 1 milli challenge started off of this. You feel me? It's so simple. You just add your deposits, cross it out. Boom, 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 till you get to here. Once you get from 2 to 200, everything in between adds up to 10K. Then you have to break the box to get all your money out. You know what I'm saying? Quick facts about piggy bank. We're going to get to that in a minute. But I am herstationery.com. This is who sells this. Stay dedicated till the day's off, right? But 10K is a beautiful figure to try to achieve. Some of us are fortunate than others where we have landed in financial situation, made certain sacrifices to really make 10K in a month or 10K in a day or 10K in a few hours. Whatever your financial situation is, it should not deter you from the number one financial goal, and that is discipline. To get financially savvy, to get financially educated, it requires one important fact. And that is discipline. Because without discipline, you're never going to get to anything because nothing is ever going to get done. This box begot this box. Now, you see it. Thank you to whomever created this box, Miss Tiffany G, I believe. Yes. The CEO. Now we all can become our own CEOs. And all it took was that little bit of inspiration. And that's how creation works. Once you create, it just keeps on creating. And that's God's gift to us, and that's our gift to the world. So I created this chart based off that chart, but this one, instead of 10K, is equivalent to $1 million plus. It's like 1,010,000. Long story short, it's a small deposit of $200 we start with, and then we add it on just like the box. Then we end up with $20,000 as our final deposit. With that being said, the difference between this box and the difference between these boxes is the investment strategy behind it. And it's so easy. There's a lot of people in prison right now checking off the days. I'd rather be checking off the boxes. So if you could check off the days, homie, when you get home, you better come and check off these boxes because it's the same thing. Same level of respect for yourself and discipline you carry yourself in while you was up top is the same thing you gonna do when you get home. You gonna find a way to get to the money. You won't let nobody get under your skin because you gonna work from the inside out, right? Because at the end of the day, you got to focus on yourself from within. Love you. It's just a tool. It ain't really all about money. This challenge has nothing to do with money. In fact, the money is just a driving force behind it to get you to engage. But because as you learn to disconnect from money and you keep stacking it and investing it, and the investment strategy starts working for you, then you're going to start understanding that there's so much more to life than just money. And that's the true objective of all of this. So that being said, that's why I'm checking off box one of this chart. Because $200 might not fix the whole system, but it starts with the system we can own. So if we own our own system, we have the potential to change our lives, and that is contagious, and that can also change others' lives. Every time you check off a box, you're telling poverty, you fumbled, I'm focused. I'm the captain one now. Every deposit is a quiet step towards a revolution. And I'm going to show you how to open this M1 account, which is going to be our financial brokerage that's going to give us the tools and access to start investing in all the different, just fractional shares of big FANG companies, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Google, just big indexes. We're going to be able to bite off a chunk of that, get our money in the right places, and have access to all the different phases of these stocks as they keep on climbing. As we keep investing, checking off our boxes, you already know that your final investment is going to total to $1 million. So imagine the compound interest on that level of investment. So if you allow yourself to grow within yourself, you're going to eventually grow on the exterior version of yourself. And it's going to show and reflect in something you can teach others and teach your family. Most importantly, teach your children how not to become so sucker punched in the face by money. We all have been there. When you get a bag, next thing you know, you buying toys, that feeling goes away, the excitement is gone, the payments are still there, and now you're feeling like you got punched in the fucking face. Like, oh my God, how can I be so stupid? Why do I keep doing this? Let's remove these tangible experiences and live a more clean, healthier life, one that we can be proud of, and let the money pay for it long term. Because don't nobody really want to work forever. At least not on somebody else's plantation, if you know what I'm saying. The freedom to be able to sleep at night knowing that your money is actually working for you. It sucks to know that every time you get that direct deposit, you pay all your bills and you start putting your money in your savings. At the end of the day, it does nothing. It's actually depreciating. So speaking on that topic, we're going to move all our money into this blueprint right here. It's easy. You could put anybody onto this. Just like that one cousin you got who's quick to spend them $200 on some J's just to barely wear them and say he got them. You feel me? Like, fam, what we doing here? Like, the flex is what? Let's be real. I don't care if you ain't in fashion. Don't be that into fashion. You dig? Like, yeah, you gotta learn how to capitalize. I heard Jim Jones say the other day he can appreciate Kanye West's wave because he knows how to capitalize off of fashion, and he would trade how to capitalize off of fashion over being the drippiest dude in the streets, because having that influence begets more wealth, which at the end of the day, that's what you're trying to attain, is a wealthy lifestyle, one that pays for itself so you can actually exercise being yourself. And that's why I'll keep repeating, it starts from the inside out. Wealth is built from the inside out, because we live in a world where it's so external, especially growing up in New York City. We're so fashion driven that it kind of takes over if we don't use it to our advantage. It can ruin some. I've seen fashion ruin some people's lives because they keep up more with what's happening than what's happening. You dig? So it's like you can't block the sun with a finger. You feel me? The reality, the sun gonna come up every day, and if you ain't doing the work, it's still gonna shine on you. So might as well use it to your advantage. You know what I'm saying? Use God's green earth and everything in it to make you a better person. Align yourself with what works according to God's principles. We subscribe to things not understanding it. Now, if you take it in as an artistic value and you partake in it responsibly, that's cool. Don't blow your bags on it, because we're creating culture. Other people are getting rich off it. And that's a fact. We see it every day. You can put on the TV and there's a commercial. Every commercial is pretty much black centric. It doesn't matter what face you see. The music is, the style is, the delivery is, everything that the world is doing is based off of how we move. So let's put these monies to work. Let's put the money up in the direction that works for us as individuals, so that that translates to the people we care about. Because we're not all celebrities. Like, we can be, yes. I believe that every black person is a celebrity in their own right. Like, I have yet to see someone who doesn't have a certain level of spunk, charisma, you know what I'm saying, a je ne sais quoi. They just got it. Like, you walk up in the scene and be like, oh, here's son go. It don't matter. It's like, we just got it. It don't matter who it is. You could call whoever right now who you know of our people, and they gonna make you laugh in one way or another. They gonna make you feel good. And those who don't, it's because they lost. And that's why this challenge is important to me also. It's like, how could I tap into the people who feel lost? What is it that they need? Because everybody in our community always feel like money's gonna solve everything, and we know it doesn't. Right? We know that. Like, it fixes only what it can fix: financial aspects to life. It cannot fix us as human beings. And being that we have so much cultural influence, we have so much cultural power, we have just offering the world so many things for free, and everyone else keeps capitalizing on it, is a great example that if we were to tap in within, we don't have to no longer tap out. You dig? Because we're trying to play a game that belongs to them. We're trying to figure out their game. But it's not their game for us to figure out. It's a game that's already been rooted in earth, right? You plant the seed, before you can come up, you got to go down. It's the same thing. I'm planting these seeds so that before you can shine outwards, you got to go within. So let's focus on what we got to do within so we can shine out. You feel me? We could blow a bag and not feel bad about it, because we know that money is not being earned income. That money's coming off of residuals. You know what I'm saying? Think about the person who created the piggy bank. Is a savings tool like we have here today. We have the 10K smash box, right? An acrylic box. Literally. This is how far it's come from pig clay to acrylic box. But at the end of the day, it's all about alchemy, creating something from wherever you have in front of me. Just taking whatever you can find in this world and making it work for you. Always achieving the best and highest version of yourself, not letting nothing bring you down. And that work starts within. But back to the pig clay. The pig clay is pretty much clay, right? Somebody decided to turn it into a sculpture so people could store their pennies. As they took this clay and made this little sculpture turn their pennies, I'm sure someone along the line said, "Why don't I make a pig shaped bank?" Right? And then they turned it into a piggy bank, right? And for years, everybody's always had piggy banks. Little kids get piggy banks. You know, your grandma give you your first. My first piggy bank came from my grandma. Shout out to her. I love her. She taught me everything I needed to know about just life. And thanks to her, I've always felt very financially driven and inspired to always grow my money because of her savings tactics, right? She taught me about the susu. Shout out to the susu. You dig? If you don't know, now you know. Everybody who's Caribbean know about that susu. That susu, you put up your money, you get your money back. You know what I'm saying? Multiplied across the group. You know, something else that this challenge can also partake in, join with friends, take your peoples and join this challenge together, take the chart, be like, look, we all putting up this bread. And then off of the end of that, we gonna live off of the interest. Cause $1,000,000 is $1,000,000. You feel me? If you can't live off of the interest off of $1,000,000, there's something wrong with you. You want to be balling too much. And sometimes that's what's setting us back. That extra balling. Nah, I ain't trying to be outside the club no more. And real talk, I do it for the ancestors who couldn't have a bank account. Like, you dig? We're not just building wealth, we're reclaiming our history. July 2nd, 1874, Freedman's Bank, the first black bank in America, collapsed with over $3 million completely gone. That's $3 million in black dollars. Gone. Now let's do some math. So according to historical data, over 70,000 black depositors lost their savings account. So $3 million in 1874, the Freedman Bank collapsed with today's money, $107.75 million of black money, black dollars in savings. And who else know what other funding sources? Mortgage notes, etc. There was interest-bearing accounts that were deposited and lost back on July 2nd, the Freedman Bank collapse of 1874, with a small return promise of 6%. What went wrong? Not common for poor or nearly freed population. There were no checking accounts, no wealth building options, no stock portfolios, no land-backed investments, just deposits held in an account. Basically, it was a huge piggy bank. And this is what I'm trying to teach you, my peoples. We got to put our money to work. No borrower's protection. As we already know, today's banking system has so many protections, especially after the 2008 collapse. It's even harder to secure a mortgage. Things are not as simple as they used to be. Be your own bank. Put your money to work. Live off of the interest. Depositors could not borrow, only donate. Imagine an institution that you can only place money in but can't get nothing out. So that's misrepresentation of funding and mismanagement of funding. Something we've been practicing as a culture for centuries, in fact. All we care about is the money, the actual dollar, but we don't understand the potential for the growth or what it can do for our lifestyle, our trajectory of our lineage, just all the fundamentals associated with using it as a tool and no longer viewing dollars for dollars. It's just useless. It's a piece of paper. We need to remove that narrative. We need to teach our younger generation that it really is just a piece of paper, and we need to capitalize on it as the others have done, right? Back in 1874, mismanaged and poor diversification was really their downfall. The bank used depositors' savings to invest in risky railroad bonds and white owned real estate ventures. Why would black people, a black bank, want to own white owned real estate ventures? Why? Because of lack of education, because of lack of desire to want to be a self owned system. They wanted to always, as we do today, always want to play ball with the white man. I'm not saying that that's generally the case today. We can live as free people and we can commingle, we can have white friends and we can do business with white people. We don't have the same stigmas and issues that we had then. If we continue to allow ourselves to think that we need to constantly make our investment dollars work only alongside a white demographic, we're always going to find ourselves in the same predicament because we're not building our own wealth. And our own wealth has to be built from within. Just like this challenge, anything we do starts in here. We have to move mentally in a higher plane, spiritually on a higher plane, physically we have to move into a higher plane. Abandon foods that's going to kill us, that doesn't provide us longevity. Eat healthier meals and exercise more. It's like we really need to revamp the way we proceed, the way we move as a people, as a culture. Stop allowing the world to capitalize off our creation. To add, I guess, more insult to injury, after Lincoln's assassination, Congress removed safeguards and gave white trustees full control. That's similar to what we're suffering with today, right? Your man's in office, he's as an executive orders, just left and right signing stuff, removing these things that were in place to protect the people, and now you have people in the streets running, scared, don't want to come outside, being sent back home. Whether it's good or bad, we don't know. All I know, Sakpa says shout out to the Haitians. They beat them down. They cannot take him back to IT. They're not having it. Their money is here. They stay here. So, you know what I'm saying? We got to safeguard our stuff. And it starts by investing in ourselves. Spiritually, mentally, right? Internally, physically. And most importantly, let that exercise continue financially. Let's keep on protecting our wealth. How? By educating ourselves. Using this challenge as a step stool to get to more financial freedom. What else could we learn from this experience? They gambled black wealth in high risk, speculative loans to develop with no return to black communities. What does that sound like? Huh? It sounds like what we've been practicing for decades, if not centuries. Everybody has a plan. Everybody wants to start a business. No one does the risk assessments. No one has an exit strategy. My people, if we do not follow through from A through Z, from inception to end, don't do it. Stop taking these leaps into faith and have faith in the fact that you have to acquire a certain level of knowledge before you can allow faith to work for you. All this, I'm led by faith, is a great thing, but it's nonsensical to believe that you're just going to be in this world, is a chessboard of a world, and you're just going to continuously live out the ancestors' dream but not fulfill their promises. You cannot just be led by faith. You understand? I'm not taking your money and then tell you that we're going to be good because we're God's children. When they've been playing on the other side of the fence, winning with everything we create, just capitalizing and laughing at us while we keep creating and they keep capitalizing. We got to learn how to play the game. It's not that difficult. You understand? We already have the tools to do it. We have more than enough tools today. Just like they use our culture to capitalize, we can use their systems and their technology to create our own capitalization structure and finally fund ourselves and become our own bank. Where I see it constantly. I'm watching it around me, black families struggling because they want to do everything on the back of faith. You're going to leave everything to chance and fate. And this is where I'm trying to get us to. This is where I'm placing myself in. I'm using myself as a physical example to show you that is very possible. Using our chart, using our investment strategy, and abandoning the idea that we need to buy and cop everything that's out there. Like we don't need it. So today we're gonna open our M1 account. We're gonna buy ETF. We're gonna buy REITs. We're gonna buy dividend yielding stocks. We're finally gonna diversify our money ourselves, right? So yes, back then it was savings focused, and black communities always been savings focused. But that should be a crime. You understand? If somebody's telling you you should be saving your money, but saving it where? We hear that a lot from the elders. They constantly tell us, the minute you get out of college, start making that six-figure income, yeah, boy, you better be saving that money. I know that. I know, mom. I know, unc. I know, auntie. But where? Where? Where you want me to save this money? I finally made some money. Where should I save it? No clue. You know what I'm saying? And that happens. That's pretty much what's happening and still happen. And this is where we're going to remove ourselves from that agenda. It's no longer saving, it's investing. Let's reframe the way we speak. We're no longer saving money. We're investing our dollars that we work and make so that the money can make profits and generate and leverage income that we can live off and be sustained on. And the reality of all of this is we have to learn creative financing.